this time we're gonna record one for the YouTubers, because I never put anything on the poor YouTubes. So, Epic Genesis. Epic Alpha Genesis? My brain doesn't work. But I've done a run
Security
through.
corridor serves
Jesus
as a
Christ.
protection from alien infestations. Build it
Hold
strategically
on.
to protect important modules from threats.
I did a run through of this on Twitch, which I may or may not, which may or may not be linked in below. If I can get either Fuckboy to do it or remember if I ever. If I can be responsible, then it may be on there. But if not, I'm sure sooner or later it will be there. I think he said he
Reactors
already.
provide the
Shut up.
ship's power.
I think he
Build
said he
more
already.
reactors if the energy alpha quadrant is full of shipwrecks. Our tractor beam
I don't have any
module
cables.
is a fast way to acquire already refined materials.
Sadness. Okay.
Materials will
That
be
changes
directly
things.
moved to the ship's storage. No
Alright.
deposit and no refinery required.
Cut that there and reconnect it.
Power
here.
re-established.
And then. That is unfortunate. I'm not doing that. But there will be a link to the Twitch if there is not already one.
The lift module grants fast access to higher or lower decks of the ship.
Can't see. There it is.
This module grants
Not that.
access to the service tunnels of the ship. Make sure that you always have enough access points. This is the refined storage module.
That, and then
Production-ready
come over
materials leave
here.
the refinery and will be stored here. Crew quarters. Each crew member
Beautiful.
needs a slot in one of these modules.
And the cat
If
has
a crew
returned.
member is sick or feels bad, you can
Yeah,
most
but there
likely
was a
find them.
playthrough of this on Twitch. It may or may not be linked below, and if it is, drop a follow. There is a 13% chance that I will be on every month. I'll let you do the math on that one. But other than that, let's get a bio tank. Yeah, that's good. Huh. Put it here. Or attach it here. Or attach it here and use it as an in-between. No, we'll attach it here. Put it there. And link them together. Alright, looks like we're ready to start. Yes. So if you haven't played Epic Genesis before, I would say no one cares. I would say it's worth a shot. My name is Kozel. I
New
approve.
captain promoted.
If you haven't played it before,
Access granted.
I approve. It is a decent game. Worth a shot, at the very least. Let's see. So, let's see. Who we got to work with? Who sounds...
Job assigned.
Peyton. You shall man the bridge, and this shall be your home. And we'll get somebody in here.
Survival guide update.
Who sounds like... Oh, well, he already assigned himself. That's the initiative we need to see, folks. Be like... whatever his name was. I need to get that security gate up soon. We'll assign...
Job assigned.
Conti. We'll assign
Job
both.
assigned.
To there, and we'll beam up. Can I? Yes, I can. We'll beam up whatever that is. I can tell, can I?
Survival guide update.
Framework, yeah. If you've seen on Twitch, I pretty much did a basic rundown of what I think of the game. It's really good, but as you can see, there's no reason for the corridor to be that dark. Like, none at all. I shouldn't have to use the flashlight on the ship. And it's not every system, but I don't know, I just feel a certain kind of way about it. I don't like it. But this game's pretty neat. But we're not talking about the game. I might do a video on it, I might not, it depends. Which brings up the question of what I'm gonna complain about today.
Resources collected.
I know what it'll be. I had a storyline made. What was over here?
Welcome to the shipbuilding.
Battling quarters. I don't need to be over here. I had a storyline made for a
Resource being
game, book, series, whatever you want to call it. A storyboard for.
resource acquired.
Uh oh. Well. That's a nice little reminder. Yeah. Oh, I didn't pick any up. But I had a storyboard made, and I went looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And that makes me very sad. I mean, it wasn't that far into it or anything, it's just I'm gonna have to remake it now. That piece. I mean, the storyboard the storyboard also wasn't even really that good. So not really even I didn't really lose anything per se, but that was loud.
Resource being
But the fact that I have to write it over again makes me upset.
resources collected.
Now, I say that, but the question of whether or not I actually will rewrite it is still up for debate. Because the basic premise of it took Lost Planet. I don't know if you ever played Lost Planet. I don't know what kind of species we're gonna get. But I don't have a. Can I make one? No, I can't. I need more framework. But we're getting framework, so good. It took the basics, the environment of Lost Planet, extreme conditions. Not the second one, the first one. The first one specifically. As far as the. I don't want to say technology. As far as the society was made, or was shown. And it was pretty much. How's the best way to explain this?
Resource acquired.
Humanity found this planet. The planet had good stuff, and we was like, we want to get that good stuff, but it was all the way over there.
Resource
And in typical fashion, instead of making
resources
a reliable way to get there, they just kind of yeeted a few thousand, 100 million people, or however many they did, into spaceships and pointed them in the general direction of the planet. And some of them made it. To be surprised, I mean, they didn't have. They had a vague outline of where it was, and they had drone pictures. So they yeeted everything along the same path the drone took, and kind of hoped that someone would wind up there and set up a base, which is what happened. Quite a few of the ships actually managed to land and with enough, not only land, but have enough resources after the landing to, set up a whole gimmick. But
resource
it is
acquired.
bright. Can I? Yes.
This is our hangar module.
Ooh.
The hangar is
Here's the
necessary
question.
to acquire resources, plants, or other interesting things from planets and shipwrecks.
Where do I want the
You
hangar?
need to assign pilots to operate a hangar. Please use the hangar terminal for additional information.
You can put some, I think I can squeeze something in that space. I'm not sure what. Maybe deposits. We'll find out. But that's there. This is what I wanted.
Resources collected.
Juice? No. Okay. But I'll take one of you. Where'd I put it? This way. Hangar.
Survival guide update.
But it pretty much
Job assigned.
set them up. Oh, that's set the planet.
Harvest your destination set.
I guess we'll suck up the plant. Get that first.
Launch sequence activated. 9. Launch sequence
But
activated.
it basically set up a.
5, 4,
Ooh,
3,
that's interesting.
0. Launch sequence
They set up a society, you know, like people do. But it turned out that the people they actually made it there weren't the most negotiable of folks. Which is just a very common way of saying that after they landed and they realized, and they got past the phase of we need to stick together to live, and
accessing archives.
not necessarily abundance set in, but a sense of complacency
20%.
almost, as in, okay, we're here. We know that this can eat us, that can eat that, and we can eat this. So
60%.
their sense of unity started to fracture. Not that they were really united to begin with, because, like I said, they literally just threw them all in a spaceship and then yeeted them in the general direction of the planet. So none of them had a,
Phases complete.
ooh, pretty. None of them had a specific loyalty to a nation or anything. Nice. So when they landed, it was just kind of like, okay, well, nice. They each had different skills. And, you know, typical, stereotypical, oh, it's a different one. Like, colonization stuff happened. Well, what happened next is a time gap happens. Never thought about the time gap. You know, those are the specific details. But a time gap happens, and the humanity sends out another fleet. But instead of just yeeting random people and equipment at the place, it was, they actually pulled together, I can't see anything. They actually put together a military force with a competent, under competent leadership. Like, it was in a proper military force with a general direction to go in. So when they came, it was like, okay, we're at the planet, but it's been taken over by barbarians pretty much. Not in a technological sense, but as in, everybody's riding around in giant land boats shooting at each other. So there's a big city, but when we tried to land at the big city, they shot at us. So what should we do? Well, we can't go home, so well, we got bigger guns, so we might as well try to, you know, it happened. Pretty much they invade the main city, which starts off actually got promoted. Which starts off a huge war. I call it a war. It actually would be a war. Because the situation had stabilized to the point where, I guess you could say that it's the ideal definition of honor between the English speaking. It's the definition of honor between thieves. Like, yeah, we might show up and take all your stuff and leave your cousin freezing to death, and your cousin died, but it's okay. We can, you know, worst comes to worst, we'll take care of you.
10, 9,
Yeah, sure, you just, like, landed on that raider, killed 80% of them, and pretty much made everybody a pseudo-slave, but, you know,
0.
you're gonna be alive, it's fine. You might get sold off, or you might get offered a spot on the actual, you know what, I should not have did this. You might get offered a spot on the full crew, and you know, I actually have a chance to join up and become like a full-fledged member.
Welcome to the deposit module.
I shouldn't have
Raw
did this.
materials from the hangar will be moved here by carrier robots. Make sure that we always have enough deposit
We'll do
space
that.
available.
Then connect that,
Otherwise,
and then
the
the
carrier
refinery
robots
here.
will leave farmed raw materials.
Shut up. But we'll have with that set up. But when, you know, something disrupts the balance, it's like, hey, these guys got cool stuff. Let's take it. So it kind of turned into a game of cat and mouse where the Imperials or Republicans or Federationists, whatever the nation group is called, they're up in space.
Resource being
They're like, okay, we're in space and we have the city. They can't live. They can't sustain themselves.
resources collected.
They'll quit eventually. So they just kind of sit around. But you know, then they came upon another problem. Like, we don't know what anything is.
Resource
There are these giant bugs or creatures that keep attacking us, and they drop this strange goo. And we have that strange goo in huge containers, and the levels are constantly dropping. So I guess they wouldn't deal with the populace, you know. Why deal with the
resources collected.
barbarians who just kind of kill each other? You get a couple of them and they rise up through the ranks like, okay, this guy's, civilized, so he can talk to us. But they still get disgraced, and it's just a whole thing to where nobody really wants to work with them. They're just flat out assholes. So eventually, I'm gonna replace you guys. Get out of here, go.
Harvester
just gunpowder.
destinations. Harvester destinations set.
Go get them. I trust you. They land and they're basically like, okay,
3,
No.
2,
pay attention.
0.
So they have landed, took over the city, but then they realized that we can't sustain ourselves. They didn't have the facilities necessary to sustain life,
Resource acquired.
which winded up in a peace treaty. So, a quote unquote, less of a peace treaty and more of a ceasefire. Ooh, is this? No, it's not. It was not so much a peace treaty as a ceasefire. And that. Don't you disconnect. And that was the end of the first colonization? I'm not sure what to call that. I should go to the bridge. That's probably a word. Relief force? Relief? I'm sure there's a word somewhere in the English dictionary to describe what I'm talking about, so I'll have to find that word at some point. Is there anywhere else that we know?
Harvester
Ooh,
has
iron.
returned.
Nice. Ooh, that's where we're going next. Yeah, we just jump there. Ah, I hate that button. There are buggies on my ship and I don't approve. Oh, I'm gonna have to put that gate down. Oh, there's lots of bugs. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, this pistol is terrible.
New clone research unlocked.
Oh, those fast. I wonder what they breathe. There's goo in here. I want it. Take that. I also want more biomass. Take that. Now, this refinery, I need the refinery. This needs more framework, but there's framework. Move it, robot. There's framework on one of these debris fields, right? Yes. I shall suck this framework up.
Resource
Alright.
deeming complete.
And this should be it. Right? Yeah.
This is the refinery.
And ooh.
Raw materials will be enhanced here. This process
Uh-huh.
takes time.
Mm.
To increase refining speed, assign engineers
If
to
I
work in
remove
the
that
refinery.
deposit, I can move that corridor over. But that involves me sacrificing the deposit. No, it doesn't. Oh, I need more framework. There's framework there. It's fine. I have faith. I'll do it. I'll do it this way. And chop, chop. Oh, well. It's fine. Nothing was lost. And then the refinery. See, nothing was lost. Boom. Now I gotta rebuild the deposit, which I need framework for. I keep pushing that. There's bugs on my ship, and I don't appreciate it.
Resources collected.
I need to get the security gate up. Who's gonna work in the refinery?
Job
Peyton,
assigned.
you now work here. I need you in here. Tractor beam. Buttons are being pushed.
Resource being
Okay. He's going in there. I need to get the cloning lab up. Poop. There's a lot going on. But that was the end of the first.
resource acquired.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it. That was the end of the first recolonization, I guess you can say. It ended in a stalemate to where there's Imperial forces who kind of came and just killed everybody they could, but realized that we don't know what's going on. There's and there's also like the original colonists who
New
kind of
materials have been refined.
lost it and turned into pirates.
Resource
Snow pirates. Or desert pirates, depending on whichever
resource acquired.
extreme environment I decide to put it in. You know, semantics. Writing things off as semantics is one of my favorite hobbies. Move. But that's they're in like extreme environments. That's what that is. So the story takes place
Resources collected.
after after the first recolonizations, a little after the first recolonizations efforts, where
Resource
the ceasefire has kind of been not officially acknowledged, but accepted by both sides, i.e. they have stopped shooting us and we've stopped shooting them, so everything's kind of kosher now. Kosher? Please. Oh, somebody's getting shot at. Was that the... No way, right? What? Turbolift, why is it missing there?
Power reestablished.
I'll keep that. I didn't know you could do that. That was strange. Alright, something's on the ship. Tractor beam? Good job. I need to do this before things get out of hand.
Resources collected.
Let's see, where am I going? This is a deposit. This is the deposit. This is the deposit. So temporary security gate shall consist of this and that.
Weapons activated.
That shall contain immediate threats. Why is there an access here? Did the ship just break? I don't think. Oh, well. Oh. I don't know if that's supposed to do that or not, actually.
New materials have been refined.
I need to build an access panel down here.
The corridor connects modules.
And slop. Peek, 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 peek. Okay. I guess I could put the deposit down here too, but I don't want things getting in the elevator.
Resource acquired.
I mean, is it gone? Oh wait, there it is. Right? Guess it'll just disappear on its own. That's strange. I haven't seen that yet.
New
Or noticed it.
materials have been refined.
Alright. Back to what I was doing. That's the deposit. Back into the... No, that's the deposit. What? I didn't connect them to the refinery. Right. Alright. Back in here. Did we find ooh, we found 2 things.
Harvester destination
Sequence
set.
activated. 9
But the
launch,
story
6,
takes place,
7,
not necessarily takes
6,
place, starts
5,
a little after the
3,
ceasefire of the
2,
first recolonization has been accepted by both sides.
activated.
And diplomatic channels have been opened, I guess you could say. I'm still debating on who would be considered the main characters, but for now I'm going with these 2 walker pilots. Ooh, a giant ship. These 2 walker pilots, i.e.,
Accessing archives.
I guess you can call them Gundams? Not Gundams.
20%.
If you play Lost Planet, you know what I'm talking about. But they're essentially those combat
3%.
walkers that they just kind of repurposed. Originally, the original...
60%.
You're fine. There's nothing here that can kill you. You have...
80%.
You're dying. Please stop dying. Don't die, man. I'm not saving you.
All phases
A crew
complete.
member has been killed.
Yeah.
Intercepted a new transmission. Please check your
You deserved it.
for details.
You probably deserved it. Whatever's over here can't be that dangerous. You should feel bad. You should feel bad. That's all I'm going to say. Great. Now 1 man down. I gotta mine all this. They need to give them shotguns as solders instead of pistols. But for now, the story takes the main characters of the plot line so far is these 2 walker pilots. One of them is fresh and new, but the other one fought in the bugger off. Fought in the war. So she distrusts them because she's seen them at like the. I mean, there's space. No, they're snow/desert pirates. Like they're pretty messed up. So she doesn't like them. But their mission, quote unquote, is to pretty much go to this. Bugger off. Walk past me. But their mission is to pretty much go to.
New clone research unlocked.
Come on. Their mission is to go to this like factory. So, I guess factory is not the right way to call it. This base or something that the Imperial set up that was kind of, you know, this lost contact. So their goal is to pretty much go there and figure out like. Well, they kind of know what happened.
7, 6,
Like, there was a huge energy spike, and it kind of overloaded the tanks, and everything kind of went boom.
0.
So that's what they're going to check out. And to do that, it was like, oh, we can't. I mean, we can't really just go there. Like, they're not good. They suck at traversing. They have planes. They have orbital shuttles, but those orbital shuttles they cannot maintain.
Access granted.
Maintenance is not really an option. So they try their hardest to avoid using them.
New materials.
Even their
have been
ship
refined.
is at this point is kind of getting a little worse for wear.
Resource
And by the
acquired.
end of the plot line, that's gonna be a major point in the plot actually. So I don't care. But at the end of this plot line, they're actually gonna deconstruct and like I don't know. Somehow the ship is gonna wind up on the planet. I don't know how, but that is what's gonna happen. And
In our cloning
it's gonna
laboratories, new
cause
clones can
I
be
don't know who's gonna
created
cause
and
it.
added to the
I don't think
crew.
anyone's gonna cause it.
Thanks to superior genetics, advanced technologies,
More
we are
these.
also able to combine human DNA
Put
with
this.
DNA we collect from outer space.
Oh, like a
This
reactor.
feature gives us the amazing option to create.
Poo. Alright. You're gonna do that. Now I gotta go to the hangar, do the refinery here, and then take a right here to get to the civic sector of the ship.
New materials have been refined.
Biotank, clone lab, nothing. That's where another course is
Survival
gonna be.
guide
Radiant blue. That is a dumb thing. They should not have added
resources
that.
collected.
There's no, because all research takes it. It makes, it's stupid. It's just dumb.
Cloning initiated. Cloning initiated.
Acceptable. But, that upsets me. I don't like it. Gotta push the buttons. Nice.
Cloning done.
Who we have? Who do we get? We got Baron. Hello, Baron. You're gonna go to the hangar. That's where you bright. That's where you're gonna go. So skedaddle. And then we're gonna get your sister. Ooh, bright light.
New crew member added.
We're gonna get your sister.
New materials have been refined.
Evans. You're gonna go to the bright light tractor beam. Might leave you in the clone lab actually, I don't know. Might put you in the greenhouse. No, you're going somewhere in this sector because there's no security gate. I think I'll put you in the refinery or the hangar. Can the
Resource
refinery
acquired.
hold 2 people? Move. Can the refinery hold 2 people? It can.
Job assigned.
Wait. No.
Job dismissed. Job
Evans
assigned.
works in there. Baron, you're going... Juice. You're going down to the planet, boy. And you're gonna go right now.
Job assigned.
I know...
Harvester destination set.
Oh, radiant blue, nice.
Harvester destination set.
Launch sequence
We're gonna go.
activated.
I recommend you hurry. But they're... So they make contact with their
New
walkers because they
materials
don't want to
have been
keep
refined.
using their shuttles because it's like, well, we can't maintain this. It's not an option. And we can't really... We suck at getting around the planet, so... Oh. Hurry up. Oh.
10,
Oh, okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Resources collected.
3,
Of course that's a bug.
2,
Deal with it.
1.
No, you don't. It's fine.
Launch sequence activated.
I need to find that laser rifle. Let's see. This motion spotter thing is one of the best upgrades they could have added. I can run straight to it instead of running around in circles for 5 minutes. I'm stuck.
Accessing archives.
See how hard that would have been to find? But, I think around here.
20%.
So anyway, they contact, like, pop up one of the main, I guess, leaders, you could say. Ooh, someone's coming. And
80%.
they call up one of the main leaders and it's like, hey, we need to
All
get...
phases complete.
Ooh. Nice. Can't see. I guess I'll defend Baron since he's new. Where is he at? Baron? Baron? No, Baron's fine. So, they hook up with the leader dude, like, hey, take us here. And he's like, well, I could, but it's gonna cost you. And they're like, well, how much? And he's like, I want... What would he want? I can't see. He says, I want a... I don't know, what do you want? I don't think I'll make that known. I think I'll keep that as a... I'll keep that as a plot point. If I need to have one. Different? Yeah, I'll just keep that as a possible plot point if I need to make something happen. Spider's dangerous. I'll keep that as a plot point. It's a deal between the two. And the two characters are there to pretty much undergo the mission and make sure they're not there to supervise. They're accepting the escort. I don't know what that would be called. Quest givers, I suppose. The escortees. They're stuck on something. Well, okay. Are we done? Can we go home? But they're the escortees. Alright, now we can go home. We're pushing the button to get on the ship. But they're the escortees. So they get there, and it's like, hey, well, we're here, where is everybody? They're just sitting here waiting at this pseudo frozen over docking bay. They got their walkers, because they're walker pilots, because the walker pilots are elite. Because not only did they not know how to use them when they went,
New materials.
not only did they not know how to use them when they first arrived, they got there and there was giant machines that was kind of, you know, destroying everything they owned because they had, like, tanks and... Huh. I don't think tanks work too well in the snow. I could be wrong, though. I'm not... I'll have to look into that. I might put tanks in the game, depending on how they work. Depending on how they work in the snow. I don't think they work very good, but I've never actually looked into that. Alright, let's see. Still can't get the security gate because I need cables, but I also need another reactor now. Framework. Cables. I need to get that radium blue. What are we sucking up? Gunpowder. Give me that. You finished unloading? Yes, you have. Well, hurry up. Where's the damn robot? He's stuck. They're both stuck. Hurry up. Thank you.
New materials have been refined. Harvester destination.
Go back down and get that stuff, Baron. I trust you. Suck up this radium blue.
Resource being complete.
So they're waiting this frozen over, abandoned, destroyed hangar bay, pretty much, for like their escort to arrive. And this old, eventually this old, beat up. Oh yeah. And during the time when she's when they're waiting, the major or captain, whatever rank I decide to give her, she's just kind of drilling this new cadet because
New materials
like, hey,
have been refined.
don't do this, don't do that, unless I'm there.
Resource
Don't agree to anything, don't eat anything. Just
Resources
don't.
selected.
And she's like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she's like, oh, okay.
Resource
I
being
had that conversation written down somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. I'll take another look. Boom. Drop just back. I don't know if that kills you or not. I'm gonna have to check one of these days.
Harvester has returned.
He brought a good number of friends.
New materials have been refined.
Better. Huh. Now, they're gonna offload all this nonsense off my craft. I need to go check the bridge. I need to set up the security gate. I'm not going down there, doesn't need to. Let's see. Done with the scanners. What else is on the... What else is on here?
Resources
Select
collected.
everything after that. Cables and framework, that's where we're going next. With harvester runs. I need more. Oh, that's right. I had to take Buddy off the bridge. I guess I can pull him out the refinery. Or I could just push the buttons myself. There's something on the ship. Okay. Push the buttons faster. I can build a workshop now. Let's see, crew. Don't need that. Biotank. Don't need that. Don't need this. Yeah, I just need the reactor. So we're gonna finish. Our storage is only halfway full. We'll finish sucking the rest of the resources out of here. That's empty. And then we'll leave.
Harvester destination set.
Launch sequence
Go get 'em.
activated.
Speed up this tractor beam.
6, 5,
So by the time it's done, we can leave. Because we want all the radiant blue.
0.
Don't know why, but it's valuable.
Resource
But
menu.
there's something on the ship.
Resources collected.
Enemy down.
Good job. Bye bye. Farewell. Phew. Huh.
New materials have been refined.
Huh. That is sneaky. Oh. Huh, that is sneaky. I was wondering how they programmed that.
Landing sequence initiated.
Huh. The more you know. I could not for the life of me figure out how they planned that, but now I understand. Huh. That is a good idea.
New materials have been refined.
Looks like they just had it on a spleen and a timer. Huh. And we're done here. We'll leave the gunpowder. Oh, on a ship. Hell. Alright. Well, now we're gonna waffle. Actually, I think that's gonna be it. So,
Access granted.
that's another episode in the adventures of the USS Genesis. I think I renamed the ship. I don't remember actually. I guess it doesn't matter. But I guess that'll be it for now. Deuces.